guys, welcome back. This can be part 10 of Stargate. I want to start with getting the monitor installed onto the piece of wood, and then we can get it into the cabinet, and then we can get it plugged in and kind of work our way around and hopefully finish this thing up. I'm going to see if I can put the monitor onto that bucket that I have laying here on its side so that I can mount the piece of wood, because it takes 4 carriage bolts. Which I think they're the longer ones. Getting them out here. 3 of them so far. I think they're these longer ones. Just don't know where the 4th one is. Let me look through here real quick. All right, let me see if we can balance this up here to where it's not going to fall. That should be good. On this board, on these Midway games, not Midway, these Williams games, these 2 holes here go to the back side of the monitor. These holes, bolts slide through them, and that's what holds the monitor from sliding out of the back of the cabinet. So when you put these on, you have to make sure that they go that way towards the back. And also, there is a top and bottom because this takes a carriage bolt. So the bottom of it has a recess for the carriage bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and get this bolted on. Okay, I need to make a speaker harness before I can put the monitor into the cabinet. So it's red and black and black and red. Now I'm not going to waste my good striped wire for these. I'm just using a piece of red and a piece of black. I don't have the plug connection that is in the cabinet, so I'm going to have to cut that off and then put a different plug end on it, which is not a big deal. I think I'm going to twist these wires together. Just trying to figure out what I can use to hold them while I twist them together. So let me grab my drill. I'm gonna see if I can wrap them around this screw right here. Then we're gonna come back with my drill. I'm going to braid these together. And it fell off. See if I can get it up there a little bit better. Best way to do it is to have a vise, but I don't have one down here. Okay, so now we have them braided together so they'll stay together. Now we got to put some ends on them. The one end is just speaker ends, or just some female spade ends. These are heat shrink ends, so they will shrink around the wire. Alright, that side's done. Just need to cut back the shrink tube from the edge. Okay. Now we need to figure out what end I want to put on this side. We only need really a 2-plug end, which I don't have a 2. I do have a 2-pin Molex like this, but that's kind of a bit excessive. Need a male and female. Yeah, we might be just using these. So what I'm gonna have to do is put the ends on this one and then cut the end off of the other side in the cabinet and then put ends on that as well. Which I'll just do that off camera because it's way back in the cabinet. It's gonna be kind of hard to video. And you push them in until you hear a click. Okay, those are in. Now I gotta grab 2 female pins so that we can go, I'm gonna go out there and put the other end of this on. And this is the point where you need to make sure that you check which way this plugs in. It only goes one way, so when you go to put your 2 wires in, you need to make sure your blacks line up and your reds line up. So I'm going to go do that, and then I'll be back. Okay, so the speaker wires run. Got it running up. It's hooked into the speaker. The marquee light is plugged in, and the mirror, piece of stainless that looks like a mirror, is on there. And what that is for is to adjust the monitor. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab the monitor. We're going to slide it into the cabinet. These are a pain in the butt with these wires. You know what? Those wires are supposed to go through the front side, I think. Pretty sure they do, actually. I think they come around the front just like the speaker wire and go up. So let me reroute those because it's gonna make my life a lot easier to put the monitor in without those wires on the back side. Okay, now I have them run correctly. So now we can slide this in. And it just gets bolted in. There's threaded inserts in the wood below it. you want to take the monitor out or slide it back in order to do adjustments, okay, there is a hole drilled up here and there's a hole down here. So you slide the monitor back until it comes up to this hole, and you take one of these bolts from here and you drop it in that hole like that, and it keeps the monitor from falling out onto the ground. Alright, now I'm going to plug this in. Not real happy with how this one plugs in. This is not really the right style plug, but it works. It's not my favorite. Okay, so we are plugged in. We need this ground wire, needs to go to the chassis here, and it's got a rip in it, so rip that piece off. And I think I'm just going to put it up here on the side. I'll show it to you in a second here. We'll just put it on the side of the frame. Still looks like it's going to be long enough in case you slide the monitor back to adjust it. So let me get something to do this now. See if I can poke through this. This is the easiest way to make a hole through braided wire. You don't want to drill it, because that's just going to get wrapped around the drill bit and screw it all up. Can't really get in there very well, but should be able to grab a socket. I'm going to use an open-end wrench because I don't know where my socket is right now. I thought it was 11 or 5/16, must be the next size up. The 11/32 or whatever that is. So that I do have a socket for. Okay, so now we are grounded. So the back of this is done, except for we got to put the volume pot, plug that in. And you can make these yourself, or you could buy them. I believe I bought a few of these years ago on eBay. Somebody was selling them. Already has a key in it. Only goes in one way. It goes right here. And then this, I'm gonna have to make a bracket probably to mount that, because I do not have, I don't think I have the bracket. I might. I always say I don't have something and then I end up having it, so I gotta look and see. Just want to make sure that this thing isn't going to touch anything. Potentially short it out, which I don't need to happen. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have that bracket. But that's the least of my worries. That's not a big deal. So we're pretty much done right now in the back of the cabinet. We need to open up the front. We need to wire the control panel, put the monitor surround in, T-molding, and then we got to work on the coin door. Oh, I did have yesterday I said I didn't have the wiring for the coin door. I do have the wiring for the coin door. And this is what I was talking about with the weird size plug that Williams used on their coin doors and their control panels. So I have all the plugs I need because this one's already on the wiring for the control panel. So let me get the cabinet spun around and we'll move on to the next step. Actually, I already have the latches on. Okay, these are extra latches. Okay, let me get it spun around and we'll continue on. You know what else I hope I have is a two-way joystick. That I am not certain about. I feel like I bought one a while ago. I don't think I used it on anything else. Maybe Moon Patrol. Might have used it on Moon Patrol. I might not have a two-way. We'll have to do some digging, see what I come up with. Now the first thing I need to do, I don't need to do, but the first thing I want to do is staple this piece of trim back on the back side of this control panel. Just using my cordless stapler here. Okay. Couple screws hold this in. Okay. Guess we could put two on the bottom and go grab two more screws. And I gotta grab the sticker that goes on the back side of the screen bezel. Put these last two screws in. Okay, now the back side of this, does it have a piece of plastic on it? No, okay. We have to put this decal or instructions card. There's plastic on the front side of this, so I'm not worried about scratching it. But there's this decal or card that you got to put on. And this is just a piece of paper. So what we have to do is use some packing tape and just tape it on the back side. Kind of center it up. Just some regular old packing tape. Put a piece of tape along the back of it, and that should hold it in place. If I can find the end here to peel it back. Here it is. See how nice that looks. Oh boy. What did I do? Or I don't think I screwed that one up. I think the people that made it screwed it up. Crap. Right here. That's cut too low. What the hell? It wasn't me. That sucks because I bought it a long time ago. You know what it is? That's my fault. Not their fault. I screwed up. I put this tag goes this way, so I need to flip that tag over. So my fault. That was a dumb moment there, but it happens. You know, everybody screws up. Hey, look at that. And that goes up against there. Looks great. So next step is, wow, that thing's filthy. We need to wire up the control panel. I need to look for a two-way joystick, T-molding, and then we're on to the coin door and stuff. We're almost done. It's actually going pretty quick, quicker than I thought so far. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. But I'm gonna eat lunch, come back, and we're gonna hopefully complete the control panel, unless I don't have a joystick, and we'll still complete the control panel minus a joystick. Should have thought of that 2 weeks ago when I was putting this together. I should have looked to see if I had one, but I didn't. Okay, well, I don't have enough leaf switches and I don't have a joystick, so I had to order leaf switches and a joystick from Arcade Shop. So I'm waiting on 5 more of these to come, and the joystick. So in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and do the coin door wiring and then the T-molding. So get that at least knocked out. That'll get more stuff done. And then we'll just have to do one more video on the control panel and getting the game up and running. We might be able to actually get the game to go to the regular screen, depending on once I hook up the buttons for the credit button and the test button and all that stuff. So let me get set up here and I'll start soldering all these wires back onto the coin door. Okay, it looks like some of this stuff solders on and some of it slides on, or you know what I mean, with the regular connectors. So I'm going to kind of just go through my wiring diagram here and start getting it all hooked up. Okay, I started recording, putting this together, and then it turned into a nightmare. A bunch of shit wasn't in the right order. I'm missing a couple parts as far as like these, I don't know what those things are. Those little mechanisms there. The red and brown wires go to them. I don't have those, not too worried about it, but I pretty much put it together just like my coin door for my joust. So I use that as my template and everything. So everything is soldered in to the buttons and everything. Hopefully everything's in the right order. We'll see once we turn it on. But I'm going to throw the T-molding on now. And then we'll plug this thing in and see if we get anything, see what's going on. It's kind of a tight area. I'm just going to put this T-molding on off camera, and then I'll come back. We'll power it up and see what happens. All right, guys. Coin door is all wired up. T-molding is on. I did power the game up because I wanted to see what it would do, because it was getting stuck in that screen saying that you needed to reset the game. Well, it kept doing that. So I looked over the CPU board that I fixed last night. This is not it. The one that I fixed last night is still in it. So what it ended up being was this chip right here was not installed on that board. So this board had one. So I took it off of this board, put it into that board, and I got it to go into the game mode. Obviously, I can't do anything beyond that because I don't have any buttons or joystick hookup yet. So that's where we're at with that. And also, to get into the test menu and stuff like that, those buttons are currently not working yet, and I don't know why, but I'll probably just address that when I do the control panel. Just go through that. So having these extra 5 CPU boards is probably one of the best things I could have done, because I have parts off of these boards. So I should be able to get at least another 1 or 2 of them working, because I do need to get one working for Robotron, and I have that other one that was real close to working last night on here, which I think will probably end up working on Robotron with a little bit more work to it. But anyways, let's go turn it on. I have not turned it on with the lights off. I just turned the lights off, so I have not powered it on yet, but the monitor looked pretty good with the lights on, so we're going to see what it looks like with it off. So let's go take a look at that, and then we're going to end this video. Just wanted to show you what I did. Oh, also, Mike's Amateur Arcade Repair, I think it was. That width coil I put in yesterday. So these width coils, when you get them, you can get them from Arcade Shop. I think Arcade Parts and Repair sell them as well, but I am not positive. But when you get these width coils, all right, it's only threaded in the bottom half. You have to take that out very carefully and thread it the rest of the way up to the top. Because if you don't, you cannot get this to come up high enough. It's like a piece of magnet that's in there, and you can't get it to come up high enough to get the screen to go wide enough. So I did replace it on that monitor that was in the Stargate cabinet. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in the video, but I did that early this morning before I put the monitor back into the game. So let's power this on now, and I want to see what this picture looks like. It looked pretty good with the lights on, so I would imagine it's going to look even better when it's darker, I should say. Just trying to set the tripod up a little higher here. And then I gotta run back there and hit the interlock switch because I do not have the upper door on. Pull the interlock switch out. Let's see what we got here. Still have some light from the fish tank behind me, but hopefully this. Oh, okay, good. We're good. I might have to do a little bit more adjustment to the monitor. We're real close with it. The camera doesn't do it justice, but I got a little bit of a weird curvature going on here and here, and it looks like my green may be up too high. I'm gonna try lowering my green down a little bit. It's tough to say with this fish tank. No, that green looks a little high to me. Let me see if I can turn that green down and actually get this screen a little blacker looking. You probably can't really see the green right now, but let me see what I can do. Now I don't know which way it's got to go. I think that helped. Yes, that made a big difference. I'm trying to block the fish tank light. Now the black is nice and black. So the screen burn on this game, can't see it one bit, and I thought you wouldn't be able to because for the majority of the game, the whole back is black. And all these tiny little dots and stuff, not a big deal. You'll never see that. So it looks extremely good, actually. I'm very happy with the way the monitor turned out. You know what? The marquee light's not coming on. Why is that? I plugged it in. Maybe it's got a bad bulb or something in it. Let me see if I can get that to turn on. Give me a minute here. Let me, I gotta go get that special bit for that. And we'll open that up real quick. See if we can get that turned on. I haven't even got to see what this marquee looks like with the light shining through it yet, because that's a new marquee. All right, could be the starter. I think this has a starter. Maybe these don't have starters. Can't see. Oh, these ones are the Phillips bits, that's right. Williams used Phillips bits, not those security bits I use on the other one. Plus, when this marquee light turns on, it's supposed to shine down the front of the screen a little bit. It almost seems like the yoke may be a little bit tweaked on this thing, but I can't tell. Maybe not. What the hell, man? There we go. Jesus. Sucks being short. Can't see anything. Yeah, I don't think these have a starter, the more I think about it. They got that weird box on there. All right. Let's see what's going on here. I mean, I don't know if the bulb is bad. It looks new, but that doesn't mean anything. I guess I can go see if I have another one of these bulbs. I don't know that I do, because this is one of those short, weird bulbs. I think it's like 15 inches or something. Let me go see if I have one. All right, I do have a new one. I think Home Depot might still sell these, or maybe it was Lowe's. And this is my last one I think I have. I'm gonna have to buy a couple, because eventually they're just not gonna be available anymore. But something's telling me that there might be something else wrong with this thing. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Damn it. Not turning on. Let me think about this for a minute. What could it be? I guess we could see if we're getting power up here. Let me do some investigating, and then I will come back. Because that other bulb didn't have, like, the ends weren't dark or anything like that, so I don't think it was bad. Found the problem. So we need to turn the game off. They put these two plug wires in here, one on the outside pin and one on the other outside pin. Up there, from the original game, it's on the one there and one in the middle. So we need to move over this one that's over here on this square side to the middle. So basically it's not getting power up there. So hopefully that other bulb will work. I'll put that one back in there because it looked fine. Didn't look like there was anything wrong with it. But you got to make sure you turn the game off, because there's 120 volts going up to this. And if you arc these two together, it's going to blow the fuse out. Oh man, I popped it and then pushed it right back in. All right, so let's move it over here, back in. Let's see if we get a light bulb to light up. I think it's on, is it? Still nothing. There it is. Okay. It came on. So we're gonna try that other bulb now. But I tell you what, man, these I left these in the link. I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before. This little kit to take the pins out of these Molex connectors is probably one of the best ones I've bought. I bought those other ones that are just like a tube, and then you go trying to push on it, like one side of the tube is bigger than the other, and you try pushing on it or something like that, and it's digging in your hand. These nice heavy aluminum handles, they're nice. So I'm gonna grab that other bulb, and then we're gonna put this thing back together, and we'll turn the lights back off and see what it looks like. All right, let's see if this one lights up. Yep. Okay. Oh, just twisted it too far. Alright. How did I lose a screw? That's impressive. Put it in my other pocket. 3 in one pocket and 1 in the other. Alright. Let's turn off some of these lights and see what it looks like. It looks good. It looks real good. And you can see how it just gives you a little bit of light shining down on your control panel. What it does is it gives you a little bit of illumination so you can see what you're doing. A lot of these games, they're dark because, you know, like this is mostly a black background. If you don't have that marquee light on, it's pretty dark. So imagine it without that. I mean, if you don't have light in your arcade, you can barely see what you're doing. But having that was actually a really good idea that they did. So give me a minute here. All right, so that's going to end part 10. I was hoping to have this thing completed today, but I screwed up and forgot to order a joystick, and then I realized I was short on these leaf switches. I have a ton of these. I don't have a lot of the Williams ones. And the difference is the Williams one, this is fatter right here where my 2 fingers are. So it mounts right to the wood itself, and then your button pushes up on it. I have a ton of them that mount to the plastic. The plastic goes around the button, and that's for metal control panels. This is a wood control panel, so you're putting a button through 3/4 inch wood, so you can't use one of those other type spacers. So I ordered 6 more of these. The game only requires 8, so I'll have an extra one. I don't really have any other Williams games. I don't have any other Williams games, and I really don't know that I'm going to ever get any more. Pretty much have the ones that I want. I have no interest in a Defender. The only reason why I would have a Defender cabinet is if I found a Cloak and Dagger board set. If I found one of those, then I would find a Defender cabinet because I would put it in there because they made a conversion kit for that. So other than that, we had a pretty successful weekend as far as getting 2 of the 3 monitors working. That third one, I still can't figure it out. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. Looks good. Monitor looks good. We got the CPU board working for Stargate, which is another success. Trying to think if there's anything else really. I mean, we got to figure out. So basically on Stargate, what's left is got to put on the upper back door, which is just putting a lock in. Got to figure out why the buttons in the coin door are not working. Is that simply a ground issue? Did I maybe not hook up the ground wire right? I don't know. I got to figure that out, and then wire up the control panel. But we got to wait for these leaf switches and the joystick to come. Arcade Shop now sells the joystick, two-way joystick for the Williams games, and it includes everything now. Before they used to just sell the metal parts, and you had to have your own ball top and stuff. Now they sell a complete one with the dust washer and everything, and it was $39, which I thought that was pretty reasonable. I probably would have paid 30 bucks for a used one, 20-30 bucks for a used one, and it would have been needing to be cleaned up and everything. And it has the leaf switches and everything already on it too. Before, the kit they used to sell didn't come with the leaf switches either, and I know that those are a little bit special. I think there's extra spacers or something in there, or maybe there's a heavier part of the spring so that the joystick moves back to center. It's something like that, I forget. I'm pretty positive I used what I had on Bubbles, because I did the Bubbles restoration first, and I'm pretty sure I stole the joystick that I had for Stargate. Because you keep in mind, when I got Stargate, when I got that cabinet, what game was in that thing? This is years ago I got the cabinet. I'm trying to remember what game was in that. Rygar. It was a Rygar game. Rygar was in it, and it had... I think it had a monitor tube without a chassis. And that's probably floating around here somewhere. It's probably out back somewhere. But I was out back earlier looking for some parts for that monitor to see if I can change a couple other parts out, and I came across six 19-inch monitors back there, and then I got all these up here, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I got probably 7 or 8 in the house and 6 or 8 back there. So I got quite a few 19-inch monitors, which is good because I still got quite a few games to finish. But I think that's it. So that's going to be part 10. We're going to do one more episode, and Stargate will be finished. And then I'm actually probably going to work tonight on starting to swap over the bags game into the bowling cabinet, and then start converting the bowling cabinet into PGA Tour, because I want to get those parts are all over the floor. I want to get those in the cabinet. So after I do that, we're just about caught up with everything down here. Once I make that harness for Kickman, got a little bit more work to do on that, and then we're ready to start another project out in the shop. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll get everything wrapped up down here, cleaned up, back in order. I am going to do a walkthrough of the arcade. A couple people have asked me over the past couple days, and I'm gonna do it for New Year's Eve. New Year's Day. No, maybe New Year's Eve during the day I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it the night before and post it first thing in the morning on, what is that, the 31st? I don't have a calendar in front of me. I think it's the 30th, 31st, I don't know, whatever New Year's Eve is. I'll put it up during the day, so if you guys are interested in watching it, I'll turn all the games on. We'll see. I haven't turned the games on in about a month because I've been real busy working on this stuff. I know that one of the racing games is down. I gotta get a hold of my buddy and see if he can come out and give me a hand with that, because he's a computer guy and I am not a computer guy. I suck at computers, and I cannot figure out what's wrong with that game. I cannot get it to work. It's that Need for Speed. One of them's not working. Hopefully it's just something stupid, because I don't know what I'm doing with computers, and he can come over and fix it quickly. I don't know. Maybe the computer's screwed. I don't know. But I'm sure one way or another he'll fix it. Whether I got to get another computer or parts, whatever. But I mean, the computer's still working, and I think it's just something with the program itself, and hopefully something he could fix. But other than that, I think I have almost everything was working a month or so ago. I mean, we turn on some games because we play Golden Tee. Usually play a game almost every night. So we turn that row of games on nightly almost. So I know that most of those work over there. But yeah, I'll go through. I'll turn on all the games. We'll do a quick talk of them all. I'll kind of touch base on the ones that I did for this year. And to be honest with you, I need to go through my videos from the beginning of the year until now and see exactly what games I had done, because I really don't remember them all. I know a good bit of them, but not all of them. So I'll kind of show you what ones I did this year and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end this video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later.